That's fine. We don't have to see you. We all know what you look like.
Can you hear me okay, since I just went through a big update?
Yeah, fine. Can hear you great.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna let everyone in.
Yeah, let them in, and then we'll start.
I just figured it
There you
out.
are, Joe.
Yeah, there's a camera block, like you said on the top. You slide it over, you can see me.
Yeah,
No,
there you
listen, I may be blonde, but I'm smart at some stuff.
I know, you got it.
All right, guys, we are live, so whenever you're ready.
go. Okay. Zoning Board of Appeals for December 18th will come to order. Note to the residents, all residents are welcome
Recording
to
in
attend the
progress.
public meetings in person. To view the live meeting remotely, citizens are encouraged to watch the live stream on Franklin Town TV YouTube channel, or the live broadcast on Comcast Channel 9 or Verizon and Verizon 29, Channel 29. To listen to the meeting remotely, citizens may call in using this number, 1-929-205-6099. To participate in the meeting remotely, citizens may join Zoom using the information provided below. Meetings are recorded and archived by Franklin TV on the Franklin Town Hall TV YouTube channel and shown on repeat on Channel 9 and Channel 29. The Zoom link is, the ID is 935-9574-1047. That's the ID number, and the Zoom link is zoom.us/J/or I don't know what it is, 935-957-41047. All participants will be automatically muted upon joining the meeting. In order to speak, the participants will need to select the raise hand function to request to be unmuted. All speakers will be required to state their full name and street address before commenting. Announcements from the chair. Don't really have any. We do have a meeting tonight on the 18th for one thing, 33 Elm Street. And we're going to have another meeting on December 23rd at 6:30 p.m. live in the town hall. Citizens are welcome to express their views for up to 3 minutes on a matter that is not on the agenda in compliance with General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 20. The open meeting law, the zoning board cannot engage in dialogue or comment on a matter raised during citizens' comments. The zoning board asked the department director to review the matter. Approval, third thing on the agenda, approval of the minutes. Members have been provided with this copy of the December 4th, 2025 meeting minutes. And I'll entertain a motion. If you haven't had a chance, I'll give you a minute or two to look at it. And then I'll entertain a motion.
Has everyone seen the minutes?
Yes.
So Chairman, I'd like to
I've
make a motion to accept the minutes for December 4th, 2025.
Before we do that, I just want to make an announcement that we're on Zoom, and we have members, Joseph Halligan, Janelle Lang, Archie Acevedo, and myself, Bruce Hunchard. Okay, Archie, go ahead and make the motion.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes for Thursday, December 4th, 2025.
Seconded.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote. Janelle.
Yes.
Archie.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Okay, 7:30 p.m. You want to read this off, Janelle?
Sure. 33 Elm Street, G. David Iverson, trustee. Applicant is seeking to construct a single-family home that has 123.92 feet of frontage, where 200 feet is required, and with a right side yard setback of 26.5 feet, where 40 feet is required. The building permit is denied without a variance from the ZBA.
Okay. One of those setbacks has changed. I think it meets the 40-foot requirement. Attorney Cannon, nice to see you on TV.
Good evening to the chair and members of the board. Nice to see everyone. Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, thank you for this opportunity. When we were last before the board.
Hang on 1 minute, Ted.
Sure.
Janelle, have you been to every one of these meetings, or at least reviewed the one that you missed? I think you missed the very first one.
I don't think I missed any of these ones.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Ted. I'm sorry.
No problem. No, thank you for clarifying that. I know it's been a long journey.
Yeah.
I'm here tonight with Brian Hassett from Gary and Howland. When we were last before the board, we had presented a plan to address some drainage concerns. The board raised some very good questions, and Mr. Ditmore at 35 Elm Street raised some very good questions. And so the board charged us to have G&H meet with Mr. Ditmore, which they did. And to try to make some revisions to the plan based on his feedback, which they have done. And so if I may turn things over through the chair to Brian Hassett to take the board through his conversation with Mr. Ditmore and some of the changes to the plans to address the concerns that were raised there.
Sure, go right ahead.
Sure. Hi, guys. My name is Brian Hassett, civil engineer for Gary and Howland. If I could share my screen, I can pull up the plan and its most recent revisions. I got to tell you, I am a horrible millennial. I can't tell if I am sharing my screen yet or not.
Hasn't come up
Not
yet.
yet.
Okay, sorry. Did you receive the request for it?
Yeah, we
Awesome.
got
Here it comes.
civic.
There we go.
Notice there, whatever.
There we go. Okay, so sorry, yeah, we went out there and we met with the abutter. He was expressing the concerns that he had mentioned in the previous meeting. Those were that the water will flow down this hill, travel onto his property before coming back onto 33 Elm. You can kind of see a bit of a swale, that natural swale that's in here already. And his concern was, if it's coming back in through this way, down through this direction here, then isn't that retaining wall going to block the flow of water from returning to 33 and essentially function as a dam and create ponding on his property, potential water damage. So we went through an analysis, stormwater analysis for this. So I was able to talk with him about that. And in similar to the other revisions that we made prior with the roof drain infiltrators and the additional contour spot shots and swales, there's still something that can be done as opposed to just us saying we don't think that it would. So what we were able to do is we talked about realigning this wall here. It's a realigned position, but it had flared off more in this direction that you can see right there. And that's what he would be thinking would be causing the dam. So if we realigned the retaining wall and we inserted a swale into there, that would direct the water to come back towards the center of 33 Elm, then that would allow the conditions to remain the same. And I can't speak for Mr. Kinsey, but I do believe he received this wall realignment and the swale positively. So that was our meeting with the butter.
Okay. I think I see him on the call anyway. I'm sure if he's got
Yes,
a
you do.
comment, he'll give it to him.
Yes, yeah, he did mention during our meeting he did attend.
Hey, Brian. So unfortunately, I cannot quantify, other than the big trench down the side of my yard where the water has eroded the soil. I really can't say, how many gallons per minute of water will flow down on a worst case basis. But I would have taken a picture, but the last time this happened, we get the river down there. I was out in my bathing suit shoveling a trench trying to get the water to drain away from my basement door.
Yeah.
Will the swale work? I've got my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. It's a great proposal. So I guess the only thing I can do is just, cross my fingers and hope.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, the engineers are saying it's going to work, and that's what they do. So
Right.
I suppose if there's, I don't know if there's any liability on the engineers after, I guess it goes. I'm going to tell you, if I was so inclined to approve this, I would make sure that the builder, whoever it turns out to be, has the engineers certify that everything has been put in according to the plan that they presented, so that there's no question that the engineer is going to say, well, they didn't build it the way I put it on there, because they're going to have to certify that it's built in the way it was approved or the way it was presented. So I don't know if that gives you any solace or anything, but
Also present in our meeting was a guy named Kyle McNamara. I'm not sure if you guys know him, but he says he's going to be the builder, or hopefully going to be the builder. And I do have his cell phone number, so I will be calling him at 2 a.m. in the morning if we do get flooding.
Yeah, I shut mine off at night, so you can call me anytime you want to. But,
Okay.
But I mean, and I'm glad you brought his name up, because I just want to point out that he's been building in Franklin for a while. And he's got a couple of nice houses he built up on Summer Street, right at the curve, right past the Armenian camp. And I guess one of the houses that he built there, both of them have really sloped driveways. I question whether they meet the 10 or 15%, whatever they're supposed to be for the first 40 feet, but I've been assured that they do. But my understanding is that there's quite a runoff from the two driveways that are side by side there that come out on the go down the hill and go into the neighbor's yard. But that guy's in a hole. You're a little bit different. You're probably a little bit more up than, whatever. But,
Yes.
and I guess that the builder actually passed on the house before they had an occupancy permit. So it kind of left the building commissioner high and dry about what he could do, as far as fixing anything. So, I mean, that's where it stands right now. I guess there's a guy up there that has problems. So I don't really, I'm not sure I have much faith with Mr. McNamara or whatever his name is. I never met him, but, I'm just going by what I've been told. So, but anyway, just wanted to get that point out there about what happened up here.
Well, I can offer some more information, at least as far as the water flowing to Mr. Ditmore is through our calculations also. Not just having the wall and swale move. Through our calculations, we are finding that overall less water is being sent from 33 Elm to 31 Elm. I can show you.
Yeah, but I'm at 35. So that's good for my neighbor Andy, but
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's appreciated, but not as much of a concern over my side.
Hang on a second. This is frustrating. Okay, so what I can show you here is this is the watershed areas for what would be the post. The PR1 is what drains all down to AP1, that's Elm Street. PR2 goes to AP35, that's 35 Elm, and then 31 goes to 31. PR3 is that small area. So in the post, after construction, everything that you see in this area here is flowing down, and only the PR2 and PR4 are areas that end up flowing onto 35 Elm.
Which they currently do.
Which they currently do. But what happens is ordinarily water that lands here and it would start to drain down this hill, it would find its way over onto 35, whereas now with this new grading, it gets intercepted back here. And it'll come in here, and then as you can see, it'll either go from here down this way down to the driveway, or it'll go down and around this way over here, where ordinarily, like I said, it would have gone to 35 Elm, but now in this situation, it's not. That was one of the things that we were finding, in our analysis. Kind of it was really the whole purpose of the analysis was to determine how much more or less. Or the same amount of water would be going to either 31 or 35 Elm.
Okay, can I ask you a quick question while you're just talking about that? At the end
Sure.
of the swale, you got down near the street,
Yep.
where does that water go from the swale? Does it just go out into the street, or is there a catch basin there or something that's gonna catch it? Do you know?
It would go into the street. Yes.
Is there any catch basins? Is there any drainage on the street?
I
I can
I would
answer
have
that
to
if
do
if you'd like.
Yeah, it's on the other side of Andy's house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what it does is it would run from the left of the lot, or from the it would run east down the road all the way down past to the corner of Partridge and Elm.
Okay,
That's
All
the
right.
nearest that's the nearest catch basin, and it floods my front yard, which is a good time. You know, I just get I get lots of street water.
right, yeah, okay. But there's no drainage in the street that they could tie into. Just another question for the engineer. Could you put some sort of a dry well at the end of that swale to catch some of the water? I know it might just fill up. I'm not sure what the ground is there, but
Yeah, I mean that is something that is a possibility that I could do. I would have to. I mean, I guess I am the engineer, but I'm not the owner of this project, so I wouldn't be able to make that decision myself. But
well, listen, we can put it in the decision that they look at that they put a catch basin or a wet well or something, whatever you want to call it, a dry well to catch the water that comes out of the swale.
That would be fine.
Yeah, it would help. I'm sure it would help.
Okay.
But anyway. All right, engineer, all set?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you have any other questions or comments or concerns or
Okay.
anything else I might be able to explain, okay.
We'll wait until we get around to the comment section here. Other questions? Ted, you all set?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Okay. I'll open it up to the board now. Janelle, any questions or comments?
Just comments. I appreciate the change to the side setback. Recognize that the frontage is a pre-existing non-conforming condition that the abutting properties also have, and see it as a project that will add a nicely sized single-family home to Franklin. And while doing so, while not completely eliminating stormwater concerns for the abutters, it, as proposed, it makes them better. So that is, those are my comments on the project, and I think it's, I appreciate the changes that have been made to date.
Thank you. Archie, any questions or comments?
I don't. I mean, the engineer has addressed most of the questions or most of the comments that we've made in previous meetings. I'm just glad to see that he was able to fit it in and take away that side yard relief that he was looking for and get everything he needed into the unit. So good job.
Joe, any questions or comments?
No, I've expressed my thoughts thoroughly over the last couple of meetings. I'm glad they went that extra effort, which is hard to get people to do, to control any water that may be an issue, but looks good to me. Thank you.
Did Megan ever show up yet? She not on the call?
No,
Casey?
here.
No, I don't see her. I don't think I get all the names that come up anyway. Okay. All right, with that being said, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second it.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? I do intend to make sure that we put a proviso in there or a condition that the engineers go out during the construction phase of the drainage ditches and the walls and everything else to make sure that they're put in properly. And I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure if you see my hand. It's been up for a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see it. I didn't see anybody's hand up. Oh, there it is.
I see it.
Andrew, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay, Bruce. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
May I speak for a moment?
Sure.
Okay. I just wanted to thank you again for allowing me to speak. It's been said by you that a variance has rarely, if ever, been granted regarding frontage. You're now considering to being asked to do one that's approximately 40% short of the current requirements. So if you to allow this, it sets a precedent for other situations. And as you know, I'm in the real estate business, which means I have contacts with other builders and real estate agents. I know of two of them who live within a mile of this lot and me, who are anxiously waiting for a positive result as they are likely to do research similar to mine. Elm Street's an older road, and as many others are in Franklin. This often means that these older plans, such as this, that predate zoning changes of about 50 years ago, they're going to seek to use this, if it were passed, to contact owners of currently non-buildable lots and make offers on them subject to getting an approval by this board and using this proposed approval as precedent to make these lots that were not previously buildable now buildable. The current matter has been portrayed as unique, but it's not, and it will be duplicated again and again. I implore you to reject this application and suggest that the owner take the correct route, which would seek revision to the zoning bylaws in general, and as to benefit to himself as well as the town, as Janelle had said. I would suggest that this is the role of the planning board, the town council, and other relevant boards to look at this in its entirety, rather than to dismantle this piece by piece, with this approval being the first step in doing so. I'm deeply concerned, as others are, about the drip-by-drip method of changing what is likely took years to approve and review. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I
comment
don't-
on that, Bruce?
Go ahead. Yeah.
I agree with this fellow, but if those other lots come forward and were created into a non-conforming lot by the town that created those lots in a mishap similar to this, I think that's a different scenario. But just smaller lots all around town to come forward would not have the history behind it that would allow others to be approved similar to this. It's a unique situation. The town created this lot by issuing permits to the abutting properties. There was one owner that owned all three lots, and the town created this lot unbuildable. It wasn't just a lot left behind and never built on and forgotten about. So
Actually, it was. I mean, the seller sold the lot and then left it behind. And I believe it's the current owner's father who left it behind. And there are other lots that I've done research on that would fit that similar thing, where it was originally a plan, and then just nobody ever did anything with that lot, and then it got zoned out.
No, that's incorrect. There was a larger lot left over, and yes, a lot was sold, 31, I believe, which should have never been allowed to be built. The town mistakenly granted that building permit, thus leaving the center lot unbuildable. It should have been combined. The town should have caught that, and they never did. So it's a little different than a regular lot sitting around town.
That somebody created their own hardship.
That's correct. The town created
this guy didn't create his own hardship. This guy actually got it rezoned, didn't get it rezoned, but he had the lots cut out in time. The trouble is he waited. You only get protection for 8 years. He waited longer than that. It could have been considered, but the attorney agreed that it wasn't a pre-existing non-conforming lot. It was just that it was a lot that was built. The other houses were built. I'm not sure, Andy, when your house was built, but I think I heard somebody say 1980 something or 1990. And then I don't know about Mr. Ditmore's when that house was built, whether he's the original owner or not. But they were both done quite a ways after the 1960 when they did the subdivision of the land. So, you're right.
89.
Yeah, okay, 89. Well, that was still 29 years after the lots were created. So, this one's just going to be a little bit longer. Listen, I don't really take a lot about precedent. People say, oh, you set precedent, you did this, you did that. There's circumstances for everything. This lot has sewer. I know there's some other stuff. There's some other lots that were up on Daniel Street that somebody tried to get. And it was funny because it was somebody from Gary and Howland that went back and found out that the lot was really a pre-existing non-conforming lot because of how it got created. But there are a lot of lots that are undersized because they were created that way by the owner, not by the town. Like Joe says, it was something that was created by the town after they did it, and they didn't follow through. Maybe nobody knew you had 8 years after to get it done. Maybe that came up later. I don't know. But 89 and, and then 90, whenever the other lot was built there, the other house was built. It certainly wasn't created by the owner. He got building permits. He built the houses. You guys bought them, and you've been living there. I mean, I can understand you're worried about the impact on your property, but this lot here, if nothing ever was done with it, you're still going to have drainage going on some of the properties, So I'm just hoping that when they do this, that they redesign everything or design it so that it doesn't affect your property any more than it currently does. So, but anyway, I don't know if that answers your question or not. But we were under discussion, right? Is that what we were? Anything else, Andrew, you want to rebut or anything?
No, I appreciate the time.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, with all that being said,
We didn't take a vote yet to close.
no, I know.
the-
I'm gonna call for the vote. We closed the public hearing, and then did we close the public hearing? Because we took discussion, so that was a little bit of discussion.
Yeah, we didn't vote on closing the public hearing
Right,
yet.
okay, so now we're gonna vote on to close the public hearing. It's gonna be a roll call vote. Janelle,
Yes.
Archie,
Yes.
chair votes yes. All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I'm going to make a motion, but please bear with me. I'm dealing with a coffee cold, so
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the variance for 33 Elm Street to give them front yard relief of 76.08 feet relief front yard, down to
123 something, 123.92.
where 200 feet is required, as shown on a drawing with the revision date of 12/11/2025, and the revise the wall and add the swell, and it's entitled Building Permit Plot Plan 33 Elm Street, Franklin, Massachusetts, drawn up by Gary and Howland Inc. of Franklin, Massachusetts, with the fact that there is no side yard setback as originally called for when they brought this to us, and that there is a dry well that is added to the end of the swell at the front of the property where it meets the road.
And as a condition of the approval, that the builder have the engineering firm come out and look at it during construction to make sure they're building it correctly, and that they certify it when they're done with an as-built. Is that fine, Ted?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, motion made
Seconded.
and seconded. All those in favor, roll call vote. Archie,
Yes.
Janelle,
Yes.
chair votes yes. I'm feeling good at Christmas, so good luck.
Thank you all very much. And just thank you for the process. I know it was long. Thank you for the neighbors for their comments. I do believe at the end, a much better plan through the process was finally decided upon. So thank you very much for your patience and your input. Appreciate it very much. Best wishes to everyone for the holidays.
You also.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Casey, anything come before the board?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, future agenda, we have a meeting on next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. live at the town hall. We'll be discussing 444 East Central Street. Anything else anybody want to comment on before that? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second it.
Motion made and seconded for adjournment, non-debatable. All those in favor, roll call vote. Janelle,
Yes.
Archie,
Yes.
chair votes yes. Thank you, everyone. Good night. See you Tuesday. See you
See you
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
All right.
Always thought he did, and mistakes, well, he thought that time always would forgive each transgression for his intentions, forgetting